So how are you, beautiful people? You're welcome once more today to the channel. So we are going to be making this particular top or gown. Okay, so just know it that anywhere you see this style, most times when it comes halfway like this, is either for you to wear trouser or for you to wear skirt or for you to wear a gown inside. Okay, now for this particular style, it's a gown that is inside. Then this one, you don't need to be told that it was worn with a jean. Okay, it was worn with jean. So this is a beautiful style, but it's very confusing. But I want to tell you before I start that this particular style is very beautiful and it's very simple to make. It says, if I tell you I make a style in 30 minutes, guys, believe me, it's 30 minutes. What makes me take time on tutorial is because it's tutorial. You don't know it before. So by the time you know it and you practice it 1 or 2 times, before you know, you find out that it's as simple as you can even think of, without pattern. So you draft direct on the fabric. This is a style that does not really need pattern. Now I will be giving, this is, let me see if I can draw out this style for you to see. Okay, so this is a human being with head. This is the neck to the hip area and then the legs, right? Now this is the hand. Okay, this is the person's hand and the person is raising up her hand. Okay, now this style, if you look at this particular style I want to make now, I want to make it as a top. Now if I make it as a top, you can now transfer it to when you are wearing a same color gown inside, which is this one. Okay, so now this is where your top sleeve got to. Look at that gown very well. You will find that, look at that gown very well. You will find out that the gown sleeve is cut together, right? So we don't have any problem with shoulder, right? But because you want the sleeve to show that is a sleeve, right? So you are going to come in like so. Okay, there's no dart, there's no curving if you like, but you can curve yours out. Okay, and mine went like this. Okay, this is it. Okay, this is the sleeve cut together and I shaped it out like so. Okay, I shaped it out like so. Okay, now it's a cut together sleeve, right? And then this is the neckline. Okay, now you know that something went from here. Okay, something went from here and it went right like so. Okay, now this one now came from here and it went round like so. Okay, and that thing that went round like so connected at the back. Okay, now the back of this gown does not have a problem. Where the problem is in front. Now you can see that there's a center it looks like a jacket, right? Now you can see that the front part has a tail, right? So that tail now went up this way. Okay, cool down and listen so that you will understand. If you don't get it in listening to it once, repeat this video so you will get it. Now that tail went from the front, okay, to the back, to this side. It still went from the front again this side to the back this side. It crossed, right? But you know now that it was joined at the back. Now if you look closely on that top, you will see that there's a joining here. Okay, there's a joining here. Now that joining shows you that this strip that went from here was later sewed to this particular bodice. It was joined here, right? It was joined here, right? That serves it, right? Okay, so now we end it there. Now remember that the more this strip pulls on this front pattern, okay, the more that drape happens. So if you want yours to draw very well, you will reduce this length, the length of the strip, so that by the time it connects at the back, it will pull this place and pull this place. Okay, but if you don't want it to draw the drape to be much, then you make this, if you want it to relax, you want the front of this gown relaxed, then you have to make this strip to be the length from the back of your neck to this place, from the back of your neck exactly to this place. So but if you don't want it to relax very well, you want the drape to form very well, then it should be from the back of your neck to somewhere around this place. Okay, so I'm going to be measuring from the back of my neck to this place. Now I want to measure from the back of my neck to this place. All I need you to know is, depending on how you want your strip to pull this place, that is what will determine the length that you are going to make the strip. That will determine the length you are going to be making the strip. Now I want to assume that my own strip from the back of my neckline to this place, okay, from the back of my neckline to this place should be, I want to say, let me just make it 18 inches. Now I will give 18 inches space from here to here. 18 inches. I want to call it 18 inches. Okay, 18 inches. Okay, 18 inches. Then I will connect like so. Okay, that means my strip will be here. Okay, my strip is going to be here. Now let's go ahead now and plot our pattern this way. Okay, this is for the strip that we just calculated. Okay, now this side now will be for the main bodies of the gown itself. But in cutting the main body of this gown, know it that we are not doing anything to the back. It's only the front that we are going to work on that will be having this stuff. So in creating this pattern, after creating this pattern, you will cut out the front first, then tear out this strip and cut out your back pattern, because your back pattern is going to be on fold. Let's go ahead so that you understand. Now I'm going to be applying that my border line, that is always 1 inch border line. Okay, now this is my neckline. For the back neckline is still, from what we are seeing there, you can see there's no space on the neckline. So 12.7 inches to by 1 inch for the back is okay. 2.7 inches by 1 inch for the back is okay. Okay, 2.7 inch for the by 1 inch is okay. Now for the front, remember that the front is just slitted, so we are going to be coming down anyhow that we want, anyhow that we want. Okay, this is it now. So we are going to go ahead to mark out our sleeve. This particular design is cut together sleeve, but you can go creative with your own, and that creativity is giving your own shoulder. Okay, that's your 8 inches shoulder. Mark it. If you don't want your own to have sleeve, that means just plot your normal sleeve around this, just plot your normal bodies, but this is cut together. So we are going to be marking out our shoulder first, which is from here to here, 8 inches, right? Before, depending on how long we want our sleeve. If I want my sleeve 10 inch, I always used to tell you, mark your shoulder before you now add the sleeve, even though it's a cut together, because if you don't, if you go and mark straight, before you know, you say you're marking 10, before you know it, this your sleeve will short. So me, I don't want to raise the customer say, okay, I want it 10 inches. That means I've marked out my shoulder first before I now add my what, my 10 inches, and this is my 10 inches right here. Okay, now I'm going to be determining my sleeve opening, which I measured the customer. My sleeve opening was 14. That means it's 7 inches. I'll be marking that 7 inches somewhere around that 7 inches around here, adding my sewing allowance. Right now I'll be coming down by 1 inch because of my shoulder slant. Okay, I'll come down by 1 inch and I will connect it to that my neckline. This is it right here. I've connected it to my neckline. So I'll be adding that 1 inch I removed from here, add it here also. Okay, you will add it here. Now this is my sleeve opening. Okay, which you know you are going to be turning with bias or however you want to turn it. Now this is my armhole, right? I will measure it here. I will come down by the armhole depth. Normal, the way we used to do it, you come down by 8 inches armhole depth, and this is my 8 inches the armhole depth. Okay, in fact, let's even just go ahead and measure all our, I wanted to do it sharp, but let's go ahead and measure all our measurements. That's for the armhole. Then this is for my what is it called, my bust line, and this is for my waistline. This is for my waistline, and this is for my hemline. This is for my hip line, which is actually where the top is going to end, or let it just come down below the hip. Okay, let's make it below the hip, and this is it right here. Okay, so this is the armhole. So that means this particular line for the sleeve, I will be connecting it straight to that armhole line. Okay, to that armhole line. And then for this place, you are going to measure our normal bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance, and then we have it somewhere around here. Okay, and now we are going to be measuring our waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. We measure it here. Now for the hem area, is still going to be 2 inches divided by, that's the hip, divided by 4 plus 2 inches, and we have it somewhere around here. Okay, so now I want to connect now. So what we are going to be doing is using our hip curve to connect like so. Okay, to connect like so. So now this our armhole, okay, cannot be like this. It can't be curved. So you come out like by 2 inches or maybe 2.5, come down by like 2 inches or 2.5 around here, and this is my 2.5 and this is my 2.5. Now you are going to be slanting out neatly so that you have something like this. Okay, so this is the perfect way of connecting your what is it called, cut together sleeve. This is the perfect way of creating it. Okay, now we are done with both the back and the front pattern. Nothing concerns us again. This thing has finished. Remember that I measured, from here I measured from here to where I want my strip to stop, and I got 18 inches, and that's why we created here, right? Now we are going to be marking out that strip, which is 18 inches. Okay, from the hemline. Okay, this is 18 inches. Now from where we want it to stop, which is just around the waist, okay, just around the waist, this is it right here. Okay, now we are taking it somehow like this. Okay, now because we don't want anything sharp curving, okay, we are going to be bringing it out like this. Okay, curve it out, curve it out, curve it out like so. Okay, you curve it out like so. Now, okay, depending on whether you want the strip around this area to be full or you want it just to be reduced. Now I want my own to be shaped out. I want it to be small. The way it's full around this area shouldn't be the way it's full around this area, so we are going to be trimming out just a little. Okay, just a little, maybe like 1 inch. Okay, maybe like 1 inch. Okay, so you see we are done. Okay, so we are now going to cut out this our pattern. Because we are still going to use the front pattern to cut out the back. Okay, so for now we will be cutting out the back first. Let's cut out the back first. You add your seam allowance to the pattern and we remove it. This is the front pattern like this. Okay, this is the front pattern like this. Now let me cut it out. So I'll be using this beautiful fabric for this tutorial. Okay, this is my fabric. I will place it on fold. Okay, I will place it on fold, and then I will cut it out. Please pin yours down when you are cutting it. But then I told you, these markings I made now, you can as well just mark it out directly on your fabric and cut it out. Okay, there's already a marking on the fabric, so I don't want to mark so that we don't get confused. Now I have cut out the front pattern. Okay, but before I remove it, I will mark the neckline. So this is my neckline, right? This is my neckline, and I will mark where I curved it to. Okay, so I'll be cutting out for the front pattern. I'll be cutting out like so. Okay, I'll be cutting out like so. So guys, this is my front pattern. This is how my cloth looks, my pattern looks for the front pattern. Okay, this is my front pattern. Can you see? I set it aside. Now I'm going to be cutting out the back now. This is the back pattern alone, because the front has that strip, but the back does not have it. Now I'm going to be placing my fabric on fold. Okay, okay, this is my fabric on fold. The back will not have any button, no zip, no center line. Okay. Okay, so you can see the back pattern. Okay, so now when we open up, it will look like so. When we open up, it will look like so. It will look like so. Now look at what will happen here. We are going to now go to the sewing machine. You will turn the back with bias anyhow you want it, but don't turn this front. You will join all this all around. Now when you are okay, the first thing you are going to do is make sure you get the center. Make sure you get the center of this strip and divide it into two. Now I have divided mine into two. Okay, this style is a very beautiful style. Now if you don't want to cross it, it has plenty styles. So this is another one. Okay, you do it like this. Okay, you can see you join it inside, do it like this, and then again you take this one and join it to the shoulder. Okay, you do it like this. Can you see a beautiful style has formed? You can wear this cloth like this. Make sure you hide, use the seam to, you can see. So because my strip, when I measured, okay, when I measured here, I measured from here to here, it didn't go long. That is why it's looking this way. Okay, but if you want your own to relax very well, you can make it as long as 25 inches. That is from the hip area. Okay, so you can see it has already formed a style. Then you now use bias to turn the back pattern and use bias to turn here, and your top is ready. But we are going to go right into the style that we are making. Okay, we are going to go right into the style that we are making, and in the style that we are making, the strips crossed each other. Now this one will be going to be this way, while this one will be going this way. Now I will quietly take this one, keep turning it. Okay, I'll keep turning it and arranging it. I'll keep turning it and arranging it. I'll keep turning it and arranging it until it gets to this back. I will also pick this one. Okay, I'll keep turning and arranging it. I'll keep turning and arranging it. I'll keep turning and arranging it. I'll keep turning and arranging it until it gets to this side. Okay, if you look at it very well, our drape is forming. We just connect it like so. Connect it to this one, connect it to this one here, and join it at the back. It will be joined at the back. Okay, it will be joined at the back. All these places will fall this way. Okay, it's like this because this is just a mini measurement that is not even equal. So by the time you do what I have shown you on your fabric, you will see that everything will align. Okay, you will see that everything will align. So for you to achieve this particular style that is here, the length of your gown should almost be your knee area. Okay, it should always be it should almost be your knee area. That's the length of this gown should all go down to about the knee area. So by the time you apply this strip and you pull it up, that pulling will make it to now start gathering and gathering till it gets to your hip area. Do you understand? It will now be looking somewhere like this. Okay, this strip should be able to pull it perfectly well. Okay, this strip should pull it perfectly well. Okay, to pull it very well, and then you will have, because you are going to be joining it at the back. Okay, so you now have that gathers around this area. But if you want it to be much fuller, apart from making the length of the gown long and making the length of the strip long, okay, you also apply slash and spread. To that one, you have to cut. That means you have to cut it on the pattern. Okay, you have to cut it on the pattern, and as you apply splash and spread to the front, you will also apply it to the back. But with what I have done now, you actually do not need it. What you need is make your gown to be very long. Even if you want it to be a top, make it to be very long, to go down to even below your knee. Let it be below your knee, so the strip also will be very long that way, so that when you drag it up, you drag this side up, all that from the knee will now come and gather by your hip area. Okay, that is what is going to make that fullness to be there. Now please remember, there's something I forgot to mention when I was cutting this pattern. Please go back to the pattern and to understand. Now when you are measuring this person, you know, because what we are making is a maxi gown, this person's bust should not be tight. That means whatever measurement you got from the bust, add up to 5 inches to it, or even 6 inches. Okay, before you now start doing plus your sewing allowance. So if this person's bust area is 40, what we are going to be having is 45 or 46. If this person's hip area is 46, what we are going to be having is 51 or 52. So making it look like a boo-boo gown, because this is actually a boo-boo gown. Okay, so when you make it wide and you make it very long, by the time the strip pulls up, everything will now come and gather. Hopefully, if you can be able to make it, please make a video and tag me. Okay, make a video and tag me, or make a okay, hopefully if you were able to do this my illustration, please make a video. My WhatsApp number is 090-332-34908. Please make a video and send to my WhatsApp. I will really appreciate it, and then I can post it here for you people. Okay, this is the beginners class. I want to see that the beginners are doing well. Very soon you will start seeing the results of the master class people, and I'll be very happy for all of us that are on this channel. Okay, so if you are a beginner and you are here and you have material, you have a spare material to create this design, please create it, post it to my WhatsApp number 090-332-34908. I want to see your video. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it on the channel if YouTube allows me. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.